Hey, so October is here and Halloween is approaching very fast. And what better way to celebrate this spooky month than to do a review on 8 spooky, horrifying games? And yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing. Hopefully you guys enjoy. This game takes on the premise of you being a girl at a bar for a little hookup. Sounds romantic and nothing horror related at all, right? Wrong. That's what the initial first section of the game leads you to think. You enter the bar with subtle hints of foreshadowing of what's to come. Oddly enough, there's actually someone sitting at the bar who looks passed out. There's a note left on the edge of the bar counter saying, "Come find me." Assumed to be the girl that told us to come to the bar in the first place, we press onwards through a hallway filled with not one, not three, but 2 rooms. And an exit. Not exactly sure why there's an exit at the end of a hallway, but what? Oh, wait, what? Yep, this game is a PT game. As you press onwards through a familiar but different surrounding, you start to realize some odd things happening. Every time you reach to the end of the hallway, you start to reveal some bad things about the character you're playing as. You start to doubt what's going on and if the main character is supposedly cheating on his wife with this girl he talked to and agreed to meet up with. As you venture more, there becomes more messed up things that start to happen. Lights break, chairs fall over, little girls whisper in your ear, crooked paintings. Yes, I know this is all really cliche shit from the horror genre, but this game nails it all because of the little space of room you have. You feel very claustrophobic and these little things like whispering and crooked paintings can startle you. As the tension builds up, so does the truth of who our character really is. We are then finally greeted with the thing that's causing all of this. A tall, slenderish demon woman trying to kill you. The natural instinct inside you tells you to run away from this hideous thing. All doors to the 2 rooms are locked and you are forced to retreat to the basement where the exit sign is. Unfortunately, that door is also locked. So you sit there helplessly, waiting for death to sweep the rug off of you. Until the door magically opens and you're back to the bar. It feels a lot more passive than it was previously. You look around and see a note placed where the man previously sat before all hell broke loose. The note instructs you to take a seat. So like any smart person in any horror game, you take a seat. You then start to slowly realize that you were the person sleeping when you first walked into the bar. You then also realize that this entire thing was a loop, and as the end credits roll, you can hear the bar door slowly opening. A very subtle and unique horror game. The scares weren't too bad, but what definitely gave it a feat was the painting when you look down the hallway. At first it was just a hallway, but as you progressed more, something in the distance started to appear. Eventually, as you got to the end stage of the game, you realized that the figure in the painting is the thing chasing after you, which I thought was really cool. It was kind of like the more you descended into cheating, the faster your wife would catch on or something like that. But nonetheless, a really cool and fun game. You're a broken down man who's tired of his life at home and at work. One day while watching TV, a commercial comes on and talks about regaining control of your life. The commercial promises that if you watch a show they're promoting, then you will be fit and love your boring life once again. The show is all about a player going through a labyrinth to find an exit. However, there are monsters and traps that are in the way of the player, and the player must find ways to surpass them. Here's the catch: you are the player. Bam, let's watch this. A simple premise for a simple game. Now this game isn't entirely scary. The reason why it's on the list is because of the dreadfulness and paranoid feeling you get when playing the game. Every corner you encounter a new monster or a new trap that you must overcome. When playing the game for the first time, it can definitely make you scared and frightened, especially if anything starts to chase after you. The main premise is learning from what you don't know and testing out new things to see if they will work. It's a fun and underrated game that definitely has a lot of moments. I was really contemplating on whether or not to put this game on the list due to its length. The game is roughly a minute long and can be summed up in a few sentences, although the more I thought about it, the more this game really needs more analysis. It's a well-made horror game, and this is a great example that horror games don't need to be long to be good. The atmosphere throughout the entire game is a constant dread. The unknown element in the game makes the atmosphere just more dreadful. This game sets a simple task for you, yet it seems like the hardest thing in the world. All you can do is just sit there and wait for the inevitable to happen. A quick and short horror game that surprisingly has a lot of suspense. A game where the atmosphere is like Silent Hill and the art style is like no other. It's really unique in its design and has a lot of promising things with it. You play as a woman who is working overtime at a bar and it's near closing time. She decides to clean the bathroom before she ends her shift for the night. When you go investigate the bathroom, you can instantly tell something weird is going on in this game. When you're done cleaning the shit left in the toilet, you leave the bathroom and there's a strange man at the bar. This is just one extremely weird occurrence that happens in the entire game, and it really sets the mood for what the hell kind of game this is. He teleports and you leave the bar. You now can go explore the town area in which you live in. When leaving the bar, however, there's an extremely off-putting heartbeat in the background and it feels like you're getting stalked. You finally reach the street where your apartment is supposedly at, when you see a cop in the distance who just shot the strange man that teleported in your bar. After approaching him, he becomes frantic and starts chasing you down. The game gets extremely weird after this, and most of the town has disappeared and strange sinkholes appear in random places. It's your job to try and survive the onslaught of weird things going on in the town. This game does a really good job at making everything extremely off-putting and definitely does have a lot of scary moments. It's a short demo, but it does a fine job at establishing the world that you'll be playing in. Alright, so this game is exciting, it's extremely scary and makes anyone go paranoid, and I just love it. Basically, there's this witch lady that needs to reclaim some stuff, but she's too lazy to do it, so she sends you. You go into different mazes to reclaim the stuff she needs. Each maze is different and unique, and each enemy for each maze has their own personality and attack style. The game always tries and succeeds to keep you on your tippy toes, and I love that. It does an extremely good job of keeping players scared shitless. You really just need to play the game, or at the very least watch others play the game, because the experience is like none I've ever had before, and frankly, I don't think I can explain the feeling. Well, what can I say? A PS1 treasure trove of a game that is extremely creepy and unsettling, as like the first Resident Evil and Silent Hill. You wake up in a huge ass hospital with the goal to escape it. It's a simple concept of any horror game, but it does the job wonders. You roam around in an empty hospital, paranoid of your surroundings, and ambient noises that you wouldn't want to sleep with. The game is so nerve-wracking, and the addition of PS1 graphics just makes the whole experience very nostalgic and unsettling. The scares are perfect and not over the top to make it annoying. The game is very fast-paced, so you won't be feeling bored. The atmosphere is just overly well done. Also, the version I played was in beta, so a lot more stuff will be added, and I just can't wait. Exploring, feeling uneasy, and paranoid for 30 minutes was a fun experience, and having more content on top of that would be a 10 out of 10 experience. So overall, you should download. To be honest, the art style of the game was a major factor for playing it. It's just a unique art style that I've only seen a couple of games try to pull off, yet this one is just so different. Anyway, the entire story around the game is that your grandmother recently passed away, and she kept a house that she never used. You offered your dad to tidy up the house to make it presentable for the auction. Entering the house seems oddly cozy and heartwarming, however, it still has an eerie atmosphere with it. You explore a bit and find a mannequin in the attic. You find it broken to bits and you place it back together because you felt bad someone broke it. You then start to realize you probably shouldn't have done that since the mannequin is possessed by a little girl who died in the house ages ago. Explore the house to uncover the truth of the little girl's untimely death. The game definitely has a lot going for it, especially in the art design. If you're hoping to find a game where the art style is beautiful and has some pretty good scares, well, this is the game for you. Yep, you guessed it, a horror game where the antagonist is a fucking furry. Never thought I'd play a game like this, but here I am. You take on the perspective of a little girl whose grandma passed away and left you one gift. The gift being a stuffed animal named Mr. Hopp. And yeah, this thing is creepy as all hell. It's also possessed and haunts the house. You explore around the house, finding new objectives and avoiding this freakishly abnormal bunny. Now, as you can tell just by the graphics and gameplay, this game is heavily inspired by Game Boy games, and I can't stop getting the feeling that's a little inspired by Gorefield too. I barely see games like this, and it's so unique to this extent that I'm just stunned. The game lasts about 30 minutes to an hour, and it just goes by in a flash. It's truly the best game I have to rate on this chart because of the sheer adrenaline, horror, and mayhem that this game has to offer. I could make an entirely separate video about the game, but it would make the game saturated, so honestly just play it. It won't take you that long to finish, and this game is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Also has multiple endings, so there's definitely a bonus in the scare factor. Alright, I just wanted to thank you guys so much for all the fucking support you've done for this channel. I almost have 2,000 subscribers now if I don't have it already. Honestly, it's been fun making videos for you guys, making reviews for you guys. It's just been absolutely fun. I may or may not take a break from reviews and do some other stuff, like other content on this channel, and hopefully that'll be fine with you guys. But yeah, hopefully you guys have an amazing Halloween. Make sure not to get kidnapped. But yeah, I just honestly cannot thank you guys enough for all the support you've done for this channel. It's just been absolutely amazing. Just thank you guys so much for all the support. It's been absolutely amazing, and hopefully I'll see you guys in another month, or it might take a hiatus. I'm not too sure. This video took so long to make, surprisingly. But yeah, anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.
Your family of trees wanted to be haunted. The water is warm, but it's in the